You're alive.
We got red and white cane. We're going to show you a bunch of cool stuff tonight. And this is our first Oliver, Chris, Jacob.
There's the hot glass.
And there's the hot glass. Gotta make sense of what's going on. It's a spin.
Super swirler.
This is not how we make the candy cane that's going to be on the show tonight on the table. But it is one way we can do it. We're going to experiment with a couple different ways of making some cane. Back and forth, back and forth. Why? Because gravity's pulling down on the glass. Sometimes he's pulling up, and sometimes the fat part needs to get pulled down by gravity. So he's not being showy, or he's not trying to be tricky for the camera. He's just making it go back and forth. And I think we talked about putting this in the garage.
Wow. All in one move. That's the no reheat special.
Dun, 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 dun.
If he's lucky, you guys will be able to hear the sound of the gathering point through Chris's microphone stuck to his back here.
I didn't know it should.
I'll dribble it over his shoulder and hope for the best. Look at that.
Oh, I thought you were going to the bench.
Giving it the super bend.
Whoa, it's the giant candy cane.
Yeah. That'd be a
Welcome,
serious
everyone,
snowman holding that.
to the gathering point where every week we blow some glass. Some weeks better than others. Some weeks with super prizes. Tonight is all about cane, and that's hot glass stretched out into long, thin rods. We're going to show you some other cane. There's all kinds of styles.
Cane is certainly the word of the day, and we'll get into that a little bit later in the show, folks. But for you glass lovers that are watching here tonight, like Michelle said, this is the gathering point. Our featured item theme kind of deal for tonight is going to be cane themed. We got some incredible package deals on the table tonight for all your holiday gift giving needs, and we're going to be creating quite a few. Oliver, we're going to need that over here, though. I'm sorry. We're going to be using cane for quite a few different sweet pieces.
All right, this is one style cane. We're going to try something kind of silly coming up. It's not silly, but I've never tried it before, and I'm real curious at how it's going to look. So it is not brown and white. The red is hot. That's why it looks that color. But the next one we're going to do is red and white, or red and clear, white and clear.
Yeah.
And we're going to try a different
Oliver.
technique. So Chris and Jake are going to gather some glass for the next one. And we're going to try something different that I just wanted to play around with. When that's finished, it's going into the annealer oven.
Number 3.
Yeah, right in the box with it.
And then here's an upcoming of some things we got going on. Some other cane that we're making products with.
Right in there.
And we got lots to show you tonight.
All right. That was the biggest candy cane I ever made.
Really?
I think so.
That's pretty good. Not that that wasn't a big cane, but I kind of feel like you would have made like a walking cane already or something.
I remember about 100 shows ago, I made a Michigan icicle that was this big.
I do remember that.
I don't remember what
It's in my house.
Except I saw it at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's the White Walker Killer.
Yeah, Jake had it. It is the White Walker Killer, for sure.
All right.
This next one is going to be, Jake is going to gather white and clear.
Okay.
Chris is going to do red and clear. I'm going to hand the calendar.
Here are the calipers coming in hot.
Camera over to Oliver. It was camera and Oliver mixed together and it became calendar.
Could be calendar.
I'll hand off my mic to Oliver when I'm done, but I'm going to try something different.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit kind of a mix of our Sunday's experimental show. And if you guys watched the last two, we've had incredible experimental shows. Gotten great reviews, great comments about them, but this is Michelle kind of giving you a taste of what an experimental show might look like on Sundays, where we're playing with the glass and experimenting and trying something new. We're probably not going to be able to sell this or make back our money or our color, but it's worth giving it a shot.
Worth a shot, folks.
It's worth a shot.
Jake.
For knowledge.
Jake.
What's that?
For
I got punty for you.
All right, great.
Slippery one.
If you guys didn't already meet the crew, that's Michelle. You got Chris here. I'm Jacob. Oliver was in the orange. He's on the camera now. Bess is over yonder. You may have seen her in the background. She's a champion, an Eagles fan, and a Red Wings news dropper. And she's going to be talking and answering comments for you guys tonight.
And I think that is this show number 243?
It is.
It is?
243. She
We
said,
got
hurry
mixed
up.
Last week. It was
Hurry.
242 last week.
That is hot glass, and the tank
that's
is
the
low.
size.
Folks, we made about like 1 million snow people today.
1 million.
1 million.
It's a lot of snow people.
Well,
Is
they
that-
once they get going, when one's made, then and the second one comes around, then 4 come around, and then
Is it like that Chinese thing where they dug up the ground and there were all those statues, those clay statues?
yes,
They just like multiplied like mad.
yes, precisely.
All right, here's my challenge yes, the terracotta. Here's my challenge to Chris and Jake. I want them to both get this nice and hot. They're gonna stand and I'm gonna stretch it down, and I'm looking to like swirl it together while they're still attached to the pipe.
Are these being twisted?
Pre-twisted at all?
Well, that's
I thought
where
we
your
were twisting them and
knob
cutting
was,
off the
yeah.
knob.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do right now
Yep.
at the
So it's
same
like
time.
a double vortex.
You want the big ones
twist.
or the little ones? Does it matter?
I don't care.
All right.
Yeah, there you go.
Here we go.
Okay, so the color swirling there. Jake's got the color swirling there. It doesn't have to be super swirl.
If you're stretching it out, it does, but yours is looking good. They're looking good. You ready to cut them, Jake?
Yeah.
All right, now they're going to heat it up. We're doing it right now.
Yeah.
All right, next to each other, parallel. Whoa, hello.
What?
A little more control.
Hello.
I'm not moving mine.
It didn't work.
Look at that.
Woo!
All right.
Want me to cut that?
Yeah, I was going to cut it here.
Double
So-
wrapper.
Need more stability on the pipes because when I pulled you, it pulled the whole pipe. That's what
Right.
threw me off. Now he's going to turn it into another cane.
Double cane
Yeah,
super
what
twister.
I was looking for was this right here. So it would have the texture.
That looks really
Yeah.
cool.
And then we'll show them, when this is done, we'll show them the Italian cane, all the different colors that we've made.
It's cane night, right?
It is cane night. What is cane? Cane is thin strips of glass. And then we'll go over the table so they kind of know what's going on.
Absolutely.
We've already got a lot of comments from people watching in Sarnia in Florida and Seattle, Washington.
Nice.
Gaia's watching from Coventry, England.
What up, Gaia?
We've got Dana in Georgia, always watching. Elizabeth from from Idaho. I can't talk today. It's fine. Bonnie in West Virginia. My mom in Williamsville.
Yeah.
Adrienne in Anderson, South Carolina. So you guys keep putting in the comments where you guys are watching from. We always like to see all the different cities and countries floating in.
Super cool, folks. It's a global stream. We're out here in Dearborn, Michigan, just outside of Detroit.
The home of Henry Ford.
Show number 243. And it's just a beautiful day to be blowing glass. If you guys have technical questions, send them in the chat. We're going to talk through as much process as we can. This is a pretty technical show, and we're talking about cane building. This is like hand building cane, but we are going to pull a full length stretch of cane a little bit later in the show, so you guys will get a good old-fashioned look at that process. And then we'll show you also all our previous styles of cane we've done and the cane we have for sale this year for the holiday season.
Annette's watching from Middletown, Delaware. Hello,
Mm.
Annette. Bo from Calgary.
Calgary.
Yeah.
Nice.
Bex is watching in New Zealand. Hello.
It's a global show, folks. Very cool. Vanessa? Oh. The cane bender champion. You got to really understand through many years of bending cane what a beautiful cane looks like to bend it and have it turn out beautiful. It's not as simple as it looks. It's not just a bent loop. I mean, it is, but it's not.
You think you can get this thing in with the granny grabbers, Jake?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's going to be number 2 candy cane that we can get on for sale, probably, right?
We might have to get a, well, we can put them up for sale. We could also get onto a jumbo show and put them onto some large product.
Well, these guys, they saw them happen right now.
All right, we'll put them up for sale for you guys. The first one was red and white. The second one's red and white, although it has Michelle's special twist toucher in it.
I want to sell mine. Hold still.
Hold still.
Hold still.
Nice. Same move. He's going to torch the bottom. Make sure there's no sharp edges.
See, I was curious of what the clear would do. So we'll see. Like the texture. This might just go on my tree.
Uh-huh.
Gotta have some perks.
Coming in with the clappers. A nice clean grab. And into the box.
Well, you heard me, you guys heard me call, this is Chris here, you heard me call that tool that Jake had, the granny grabbers. The reason that they were called the granny grabbers is we went over to Home Depot one time and got some grabbers that were called the granny grabbers. And we used them to put glass away, and we doctored them up and made them into our own fireproof tool, but they kind of adopted the granny grabber lay.
Do you know a granny that has grabbers?
My grandma had grabbers for a long time. She used to grab her paper. She used to grab her vitamins.
Wow.
The high shelf,
Come on,
everything.
baby.
man.
One at a time?
Talk about canes.
Now we're talking about Patrick Kane out there, folks, who just got signed to the Red Wings. What?
Some people
Oh,
aren't-
who?
like they just came to the show. I want to show them what we're doing.
All right,
before
all
we're
Yeah,
right.
take a
geez.
look at
Remember,
this,
if you
folks.
zone in, these are like different color patterns that we can make with the cane. And so this is how I just tested it. This color's on the inside. We're going to show you that later tonight. What we just tested is the warm-up. The color is on the outside of the piece. Very different than these.
Love that one on the left there.
And then if you want to walk over the table, give a glance over the table. We've got these canes in sets. We've mixed and matched some sets that look good. Some are, we have a couple sets of them. Some are just like a grouping. This one, I believe, this set of 6 is one and done, what we call them. They're all different reds. That one has like a cool little swirl through it.
So you're saying lot number 12 is a set of 6.
Says the man who goes to the auctions. I see how it is.
I know, lot number, that's right. Lot number 11's a beautiful set of purple ones. I love those. And then number 10's a pair.
So there's a beautiful, really well photographed selection of these on the website. You go to glassacademy.com, check out the Gathering Point page. That's
And
a tab right at the top of our website.
Those I was just telling those guys about number 10, 11, and 12 lots. Those don't go live till 6:30, right?
That's true. It's very
so
true.
Our featured table that Oliver's showing you guys right now, and all these great candy canes that came from that cane that Michelle's just showing you, doesn't go live until 6:30. So get ready. And I don't even know what time it is in New Zealand, but we're talking 6:30
Dearborn time.
Dearborn time.
That's EST, if I'm not mistaken.
So
Sure
Jake, you want to
is.
go over the board? Tell everybody what's going on tonight?
Yeah, we could go over the board one time. We got a beautiful rendition of the board here by Robin, our shipping queen. She actually has a crown now, which is pretty darn incredible. But if you guys are interested in knowing about shipping glass, we ship a lot of glass, and don't be worried about your cane making it through the mail, because we promise you it will make it. But this is the gathering point. This is show number 243. We're on all the social media. On the pipe, you got Chris, Jake, Oliver, Michelle, Bess. We're all here. And this is the Candy Cane show. So we did the warmer-upper. Now we're going to do the custom Scepter for Sharon, folks. And this is Sharon Watch. She's a Glass Academy Addict certified, and she's been around for a long time collecting our work. And so tonight, she's adding to her pretty rare collection on top of her incredible drinkware selection, and she's getting a Scepter made. And she has the trust and the faith in us. She knows that we know what she likes, and she said, make it nice, make it tasty, make it decadent, and that's what we're going to do. So that's coming up right now, Sharon. I hope you're watching. I hope you're sitting down cozy and relaxing and having a good time. And then we got Artist Choice to give away. Happy holidays to all. Basically, after that, we're going to pull some cane. We're going to show you how cane gets pulled, the link to the shop. And then we're going to do a super special cane piece in the holiday theme. So let's get to it, folks.
So that's
Tell them about that.
That's the drawing, you guys, that we drew up before the show started of the amazing Scepter, and it's going to be pretty sweet. So Jake and I are going to get going on that right now. We're going to be tossing it back and forth between the two of us to make this amazing piece for Sharon.
With Oliver's help, and Michelle may hop in. It's going to be a full team effort here. We don't know how it's all going to go down, but Michelle wants us to get it going.
Oh boy.
Which is the part, this is where you hold.
That's the holder, and this is the hold up in the air and feel like a champion part. Would you like me to handle the camera for a bit once we get going here? All right. Yes, it's a beautiful day here in the shop, folks. We are still working on getting our tree decorated for the holiday season, and really because of a little bit of pushback, we haven't completely started the holiday music each and every day. But here comes Chris with a gather of crystal clear 2,000 degree glass.
While Bess is looking that up and Chris is getting started on this piece, Jake had mentioned there's some pushback for the all-day, everyday Christmas music here in the hot shop.
Yes.
And
Is
for
it
the
you,
people
Oliver?
at home watching right now, who do you think is giving the pushback on that? Who have you seen on this show that might be pushing back against Christmas cheer?
I don't know, folks. I love me some good Christmas music. It really gets the whistling lips going, and you just can't control yourself. You just start singing along, you know, whistling along, making that noise.
I struggle to whistle ever since I got my braces off.
Well,
Changed everything.
you might have to learn, because we were talking about actually bringing together a gathering point chorus, whistling chorus, live to the show. And if we could really put everything together, piece it together, and pick a song and everyone get a part, and we just whistle our way as an intro to the show.
Let us know
Just
if
like
you'd
that.
watch us whistle for 2 straight hours.
Would you guys watch us whistle for 2 hours?
Can you whistle for 2 hours?
Oh,
Find
God,
out real
yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
It'll just be Chris by the end.
Yeah. The longest whistler.
And then there was one.
I think on a previous show, I did tell everybody why I'm such a good whistler, and I would love to see if anyone out there remembers why I'm a good whistler.
Ooh, look at this move.
Dust in the cracks.
Beautiful color combination there with the iridescent gold, white on top, and I believe this is going to be our portion here, right about
Yeah,
there.
the handle.
I've got a fun comment to read for you guys from Facebook. It's
Let's hear
from
it.
Wendy Daniel. She says, my grandfather was a technical glass blower who made the fine technical equipment for Ernest Rutherford when he split the atom.
Whoa.
For who?
Ernest Rutherford when he split the atom. Always love to see people working with glass on any scale.
Nice.
So cool.
Tweezers.
We've come a long way. We've come a long way with
God's
glass,
sake.
and splitting the atom is a pretty hardcore step for mankind.
Becky says we can have a wooden kazoo assemble.
Oh, that could be for the one that can't
Can't
whistle.
Dana says she would watch us whistle for 2 hours.
Let's go. As long as we get 2 other people that confirm they would watch, it's on the books.
We got 300 people watching right now. We only need 3 yeses.
3 yeses, folks. We need a 1% completion rate.
We're not looking for a popular vote. We're just looking for a vote.
This is the satisfying portion right here, folks. This is the twist. It's not the dance move, folks, but it kind of looks like it. Chris is going to grab the end of this and start to elongate it while swirling that beautiful color situation. And notice how the color, that white, only stuck in the crevices, folks. That white powder is all about the crevice of the golden material here. Oh, yeah. And we got a pretty symmetrical. This is almost like we were making pickles earlier today. There's a really it's a difficult challenge to make something symmetrical in the same diameter from top to bottom like
We'll
this.
take a purple bit.
A purple
like a
bit.
Purple Maurice. Not Maurice.
So this is going to be a cool one. It's always a little bit of a challenge for Oliver here in getting his hand skills dialed in. And we just spent a day of making Snowman. He knew 90% of the application pieces that were coming and what size to bring them and how to shape them up. But this is going to be a little more sporadic. He's kind of got to wing it, and Chris has got to be a good explainer. And so he's got himself a gather. He's going over to the perps.
One coat will be good. So we're doing all the decorative bits, and we're building this scepter, you guys, for Sharon right off the pipe. But we're going to get the handle done, and then we're going to punny up, and then I'm going to hand it off to Jake, and he's going to start getting buck wild. All right, Oliver, you can bring it on over. We'll drop it right on top.
Looks like this might be kind of like a Maurice. It's going to be a platform for the next portion.
Steady.
Can you guys hear that click of the shears through the camera or through the microphones when he does that? Bess, could you confirm when those guys let me know if they could hear the click of the shears when
I absolutely can. I've got something else to confirm for you as well.
That we're going to be having a whistling
No, I'm
entourage?
gonna have you flash this
Yes,
and hold
that
it while I
also.
blow out
All right.
a bit.
Morgan and Carrie went in for your other 2 that you needed, so you've got 3 official yeses.
Let's go.
Also, Chris's warmer upper candy cane is live on the website.
There you go, folks. Red and white. I know it didn't look red and white during that process, but let me give you guys one more good old-fashioned peek. Boom. Yes, I can't ask. We've got a question out here floating around the air. And with this Scepter purchase, Sharon, we are wondering, have you ever been and would you ever go to the Renaissance Festival? Now, how many of you guys, whether you're in this country or out of this country, have a Renaissance Festival within 100 miles of your home?
Are Renaissance festivals like international?
That's a
Is
great
that, like,
question.
International thing?
Well, the Renaissance Times was over in Europe, so they got to know about it. Oliver, what do you think?
But do they reenact it?
That does make sense. I wonder if the people of Venetia celebrate the Renaissance.
Quick flash, let that get cold.
Oh, the story. That's going to come with every single cane purchase made here tonight, folks. We got an incredible story of the mythological creation of the candy cane, where it came from, how it was made out of glass, and if you want to read about that and get some amazing marketing and literature, super cool piece put together by Michelle. Tonight's the night, folks.
I'm supposed to tell Jake and Chris, Sticks Heather says hey and loved watching you look great.
All right, Heather, what's happening?
All right, Oliver, you're going to get this thing steaming hot. Drop it onto mine. dealio here, my handle. Get it hot, just like a blown foot.
And
Real
screaming hot is not, when you say real hot, screaming hot, there is such a thing as too hot. And this is all about interpretation
have to
of
pump this
the
after it
gaffer's
drops?
words.
Maybe.
The jumbo cane is already sold.
Jumbo cane is gone.
Nice.
To whom,
Going
may
a
we
little
ask?
deeper.
Wendy McInnes.
Wendy.
All right, bring it.
She likes the
Quickly.
one-of-a-kinder pieces.
Drop it.
She sure does.
Stop.
Look at this tough move. Nice drop, Oliver. Nice heat on it.
Blow, Oliver.
It's going to puff into it. A little bit of air.
Good.
See it expand.
Way to be tall, Oliver.
Nice
Thanks.
work. Nice work.
When the time comes, I grow to be 7'5".
Oh, yeah. Beautiful. So he started to pull that sphere off of the bottom here. And this is looking really incredible. Wait till we get to put these runners along here. And that was a deep, beautiful purple. Now, it doesn't look purple over in the tray here, but I promise you guys, this is our classic, most sought-after OG purps. And it's looking really hot right now, too. You can't hardly see the color, but as it starts to stiffen up and cool down, just like that amber back there, that gold got a little more dark and powerful. So is that purps.
Okay, I'm going to take another purple bit, Oliver, and then we're going to make a punty after that on a big punny. Little purple one like that last one.
Have you guys ever noticed, and anybody, I mean, I guess...
Is this getting built out so much that that punt needs to be on a counterweight?
I want a counterweight for a punty. This is going to be a purple bit right now.
Understood.
How many of you guys know why Chris might usually, I'll show you the next time he's at the hole, but typically he stands with his back towards us and facing the wall back there. That's not the way most of us stand when we're holding the pipe. See, now he's standing the opposite way, but I'm curious as to why you guys think he might do that. That's not normally what people would do. And I'm not talking about camera relations or the way we film. I'm literally just talking about, see how Oliver's standing there, turning the pipe? Why would Chris be standing on the other side of the pipe?
All right, Oliver, let's bring it.
I've gotten
Straight
confirmation
on, like
they
a boyo?
can hear the click of the shears.
They can hear
Yeah.
it.
Flip.
Amazing. That's one of the most satisfying sounds, and on our long list of things to do that we'll try and do someday eventually is an ASMR video, folks. We're going to take and put together, piece together probably 100 different beautiful sounds of the glass that are just going to be really nice.
Nice sculpture punty, Oliver.
I've got a flood of comments saying it's because he's a lefty.
Ah, yes. The people know. It's because he's a lefty, but he is ambidextrous.
What does sculpture punty mean?
Just bring it on over and I'll shape it up. You bring the gather over and I'll show you.
All right.
So this is just the handle. That's the bottom of the handle, you guys. And we might even add, Jake, we might even add some handles on here. Look,
Oh, yeah.
like 3 of them that stick on there and curl under. Stick
I
on
agree.
there, curl under.
100%.
Plus it'll straighten. All right, I'll trade you up. You flash that and I'll take this. Sculpture punty is a punty that's got a lot of mass to it, you guys, so that it holds its heat while you're working your piece. If you're going to be working a lot of time on a piece, and this has got a lot of bits and a lot of time. So you know what I'm talking about, Oliver?
I'm learning right now actively.
All right. Well, you asked me, and I was going to tell you, and then I started telling everybody else. I'm sorry, guys.
Well,
but
that's okay. I'm part
I
of everybody
wanted
else.
Oliver. Okay, Oliver, take that. So see how it's rounded, nice and round, and not flat. When you want something to stay on the punty for a long time, you make it round so that it holds its heat and has a mass like a paperweight.
Yeah.
If you wanted it to come off really quickly, like a goblet, you're going to make it really straight, and all the heat pours out of it, and it pops off. That's good. It pops off real quick. So that's just the shape of a punty is very important, you guys, when you're working pieces. I'm just making sure it's got a little bit of a chill on it.
Working pieces. That's just what we're doing here, folks. We're working pieces.
That was a good little education moment. That's the first time I've heard that term.
Working
right.
pieces?
Yeah.
Thank you, my.
You guys were completely right. It's because Chris is a lefty. That's he likes to have his right hand forward, left hand back.
Well, not everybody could stand on this side of the pipe and say hello, and then all of a sudden stand on this side of the pipe and say hello. It's pretty nice.
I guess that's true. That's very true.
All right, so on the top of that that drawing right there, we're putting another purple bit, Oliver. So you want to bring me a nice, chunky, solid bit?
You're going for this?
Yeah, probably like thumb size. Maybe a little bit bigger.
Okay.
When is it my turn?
Pretty
At the end.
soon. Pretty soon, Jake.
All right, then. So he's going to put on a nice Maurice here, and then it's going to be pretty soon. And we're going to flop it around and get to it. There's Michelle, folks.
I'll let you put the big, tasty handles on, and I'll put the little sweet handles on, like dessert.
Mmm. Oh, yeah. Michelle's wondering how many people saw our really cool post on social media about all the trees fresh out of the box in the sunlight. It was incredible. And sometimes that happens. It depends on the day, but if you guys look up at our brand new painted roof, shouts out Matt, our other apprentice here at the shop, you see we got a slew of skylights throughout the whole building, and that's a pretty darn nice thing to have fresh, natural, non-GMO light coming into the studio. Here's a double camera shot for everybody.
Will it be like a mirror? Will they just like vanish?
But natural light going onto the pieces are just what it's all about. And glass blowing, the reason glass is so appealing to the eye is because of the optics, folks, the light. And I encourage you guys all to be careful, not to be careful, but to be thoughtful of where your pieces are displayed in your home and the lighting about them.
Lighten up.
Because that's really what makes glass as beautiful as it is.
Website is live.
And the website is live, folks. 6:30 it is. Glass candy cane are for sale. The one thing I was going to finish on that thought, though, is that you got to be careful with how much sunlight you give your glass, because if you have a giant crystal clear with no color sphere, say maybe the size of a... Oh.
Something to mention to you guys, we are trying something a little bit different. To get free shipping on your order, you have to use the discount code FREESHIP.
One word.
It's all one word, but if you don't use it, it will not apply the free shipping. The reason we had to do it is because it was processing things weird when we just applied free shipping in general to things on the table. It was causing a really hard time for Robin. So we're going to do it this way. It's going to make things a little bit easier. It's still the same thing. You're still getting free shipping to the U.S., but make sure you're using that coupon code. Otherwise, it will not apply free shipping for you.
Absolutely. And shipping's $7 or so, depending on where you're at, what the deal is. It's within the United States here, and I think you could send us an inquiry if you are outside the United States, but we need to talk to you about that. I don't know if that's an option or not, but you got to use that code, folks. Got to use the code. That's all I was trying to say.
The code?
The code.
Source code.
Source code? Was that a movie? Wasn't it?
It was, yeah. So Chris is getting ready to hand it over to me now.
I am. All I'm doing is putting the magical chartreuse shaft down the middle of the center, Jake. And then at that point, you're going to be able to add the handles. Then you're going to be able to add the connection, add these handles, add that avolio, add 3 leaves.
Lovely. So I was mistaken in saying that ball on the bottom was purple, because it actually is a chartreuse green. It's like an electric, kind of like lime-ish, transparent, beautiful, glowing jewel tone color. And that's with gold and a little bit of white. Those are the colors of this Royal Scepter. It's going to be a deep, beautiful, transparent purple and electric chartreuse green.
Trade you up. Drop that. Get it screaming hot again.
You see the way they're working together, and it's a fun challenge, and that's what Sharon was looking for in making these kind of pieces when we've got to pass it around between multiple hands, and everyone has a hand in making what's going on. And even if this was just a duo effort of a piece right now, you see the way they're working together and the collaboration and the conversation and passing the pipe back and forth, keeping things hot.
Yep.
If you guys are new to the
Swing
show,
out.
we were talking about the heat
Drop it.
of this punty down here. Look at this. Nice. And Chris wanted that sculpture punty. Nice move. Nice move. Because when glass cools down too quick, it cracks. And this piece is the most important connection on the very bottom here. As we sculpt this longer and longer, there's more cantilever weight, if that's the right word, pulling on that.
Dawn says, are you getting antsy to get your hands on this, Jake?
I'm getting antsy.
Sharon, you're making me work for it today. You're making me work for it today.
And we were talking about the fact that we need this to be, it was sized up to be 12 inches, and Chris said about like 6 hours ago, I'm saying this right now, make sure it stays small, because as we build out custom orders like this, that's already at 12 inches, and we don't even have the leaves on there yet.
So I'm going to hand it off to you, Jake, now, but so you see what's going to happen. You're going to need to add another Maurice and Avolio right onto the end there, about that far. Then you'll put your handles, like you have drawn up there, around there, 3 of them. Then you'll add the leaves onto the end, 3 purple leaves. Handles can be gold.
So Jake, it's up to you to make this 12 inches.
So that's perfect. Oh, but I'll bring you a purple Maurice right now, Jake. The end.
Yeah, the platform for the leaves.
Like that one I just put on there. That's on the other end of it. You want the Rucos?
Yes, please.
Got them.
And I'll come in with your paddle after he gets that to you.
Thanks.
You going over the top?
Best, did anyone comment who they thought was ruining our Christmas cheer?
No, nobody has commented who they think is ruining your Christmas cheer, Oliver. Unless it's you.
Apparently, Abby got mad at me yesterday because I turned off the Christmas music,
Yeah.
setting up displays. I couldn't do it.
Someone asked if
One
we have
sec.
a signature candy cane this year. We do. We are releasing it in shop this coming weekend during
You
our
get one of
holiday
those
fest, which
diamonds
we'll
out
talk
of
a
there.
little
Let's
bit
do
more
another one of
later
those,
on.
Dad.
Okay.
Yep. So we'll kind of show that off later in the show, talk a little bit more about that.
I don't even understand what this is for, the Maurice, right now. Wouldn't I want to put these handles on first and then
See
cover
that?
the tips? I'm looking at it.
Yeah, and that needs to go on there. Then you connect the handle from Maurice to Maurice, and then you have that end hang off. You can't put the Maurice on afterwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're just folding it on slightly a little bit and then necking it in the middle, making an Avolio out of it. Basically, it's like a Avolio. Well, I don't know. You're either taking it over the top or you're taking it like a Avolio. How do you want me to bring it? Over the top or like an Avolio?
I'll take it like an Avolio.
So Michelle's showing you guys right now a couple different examples of cane that we have in the studio. All different styles, all different colors, and that's kind of the fun part about cane. And then she's showing you what's available on the table that is live right now as well. We do have some candy canes set up in fun color scheme
Will you-
packs.
Michelle, will you pick up that candy cane again, that green one? I want everyone to know that that one has been catching my eye for like the last week and a half now.
I do love that one.
That's like one of my favorites. All right.
Yeah. So Michelle's going to show you guys the giveaway for tonight. I was not here last week, so I'm not totally sure what occurred, but this is a pretty sweet piece. Oliver, do you know anything about this piece?
That's a multi-chamber copulation action.
All right.
I was looking for some fancy words to say there.
That's
Earlier
also-
today, Chris said the actual scientific technical word of what that is, and I have forgotten it now.
Perfect. So that's
But
what we're going with.
It's a cup with 2 cavities in it, so you can put 2 different beverages in there.
Like a pickleback.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, that's a question for the chat. Do you guys know what a pickleback is? Because Oliver apparently does not.
I know what pickles are. You're saying pickleback?
Pickleback. It's a type of shot.
Okay.
I'm
All
going
right,
to let
let's
the
do it.
chat see if they know what that is real quick. Yeah, so tonight's question is a fun one. What do you think are the biggest challenges faced by the glass artists during the live shows and demos? You guys know where to send it, but if you don't, send your answers to enews@glassacademy.com to enter to win. We will make a giveaway at the end of the show tonight, and that is what you'll be entered to win. So we don't know what it is yet. We're having a couple orders come in, so I'm going to start kind of pulling those orders from the table.
You let me know when you're ready for the
Yep,
paddle.
squish it. It's good.
Very nice. There we go.
All right, well, that took 4 tries, but we did it.
I mean, that's
Beautiful.
Cool. So how about we do like a little wrap on the punny first, and then we'll do some handles on here.
You want me to torch your punty real quick?
Nah, we're just gonna wrap it right up right now.
Okay.
I appreciate that. It's a little bonus heat.
Oh. That's one of your favorite things in the entire world. That's
All right, so now we're doing handles.
Yeah.
Bess, I'm so glad that that's something
So
that you
I'll
can
do
enjoy.
ribbon handles on the
and for
Marver?
rest
It's one of my
us.
favorites, Jameson and pickle juice. Nice and simple.
Ribbonies
Yeah.
with like a slice in them, and then I cut the, tip
middle,
of them. Or
the middle bump will have a pinch bit on it,
got it.
and it's just going to be a double line wide deal. You'll do 3 of them.
Okay. All right, here we go. It's getting intense, Sharon. This is gonna be focus time.
Jake, as you're doing this, I just want you to remember that Sharon did this to you.
You're the best, Sharon. This is gonna be a really sweet piece.
It's looking really nice. April, the colors being used in this custom order is a royal purple, and then you've been saying a chartreuse green?
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, April, but
be a
that's
little
what we're
long,
using. I
Jake.
don't know what chartreuse means.
Could be a little wide, but I think you'll be all right. Just
To be fair, Oliver, I really only like it for the pickle juice.
Dave, you're absolutely right. That is a punty in a blanket.
well, roll it right in there. There you go for security.
Yeah, I
sake.
was. While they're doing these
Nice.
handles here, they're in hyper-focus mode. I thought I'd take a look at some of that. I just did, yeah. Do you know what chartreuse green means?
It's my favorite color, I do.
Oh, okay. Well, good for you. I don't know what chartreuse means.
This is where it gets a little hairy because it's such a long piece. It's going to start bending and folding with too much pressure.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay.
Or too much heat trying to keep
That's
this
not what
hot.
I would use to describe this color, though. This color is like more vibrant than that.
My brain doesn't know how to do thirds, but it's
It
pretty
looks
darn
good.
close.
When you talk to birds about how that's tricky.
Yeah, I can talk about that.
I mean, you're saying that, Jake, but you pretty much knocked it out of the park just now.
We don't know till the last one's on there. See, I don't... Yeah, we'll see about that. I mean, it's... Yeah.
We've got Julie coming in with a fun fact, Oliver. She says, pickle juice is great for recovering from high-intensity exercise and long runs.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love pickles. I love, like, pickled eggs is one of my favorite snacks. It's just...
Pickled eggs?
Oh, my goodness. A pickled hard-boiled egg? That's, like, a delicacy.
I don't know that I've ever had a pickled egg.
I'll have to make a batch and bring you in some.
Number 3.
Let's get it.
You can do 4 if you want. That'd be perfect. I think it might look better with 4.
Yeah.
Just because 4 looks better.
Yeah.
Get me up with some punties. Thanks, Oliver.
Yeah.
You guys going for a fourth one?
I think we are, yeah. Woo, baby.
All right.
All right, number 4, right down the middle. Here we go.
What are you thinking so far, Sharon? Are we liking this?
I'm super digging it. It's just making my brain
looking
work really
awesome.
hard.
Yeah. So deep flashes now while you're equalizing those handles, I would think. And then you can do really whatever you want to do on the end with those leaves. It looks perfect.
Right. Wow.
Just get those, get that base nice and moving again. Everything, so it's all got good heat. And you could put a little ball on the end if you wanted.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking like a ball like that might look really cool to match a perfect
smaller
sphere. Because the
instead of the
leaves are going to
leaves.
be delicate.
I think that's cool. I like that. So I'll blow another one out of the chartreuse. And then we'll drop it on there.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, do we do the pinchies
super
first
nice.
or the pinchies at the end?
At the end, because you're going to put the pinchies on, and then the last thing here is going to be those handles. If you want to put them on.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't need to go on. I didn't draw them on there, so it's a bonus.
That sounds scary.
As a side note, Jake, separate from this piece, well, one, everyone in the chat, they're loving how this is looking. Everyone's
Good.
saying this is beautiful.
We
said
need
the
that
words-
mojo.
I said the words pickled eggs, and everyone's mad at me in the chat. Everyone's so upset I said those words.
What did you say?
I said pickled eggs. And
Oh.
It's good to know how to get them going.
so what I've learned today is that what you're doing is a positive, and what I said is a big negative.
I've never had a pickled egg before. I'm sure they'd probably be tasty, but
They're super tasty.
just the concept is like a little strange,
A
you
little bit of
know?
hot sauce on them, man.
Oh, man.
What are we putting hot sauce on?
Pickled egg.
Maybe. Fun part's going to be doing all these little pinchies going up the side, and that's
Did
what's
you-
going to really make it.
They're gonna do a run.
Did you get the punny moving? You want to just put
elegant.
some heat in it with the torch?
Yeah, I do. I should.
Just warm that whole thing up. I got to go in the mold and everything, and I'm going to, while you're flashing it again, I'll neck this down.
Straight on the dresser. So Sharon, I can picture it. She wakes up in the morning and she rolls not out of her bed completely. She just sits up in bed and
Out of
she
her bed.
grabs the scepter and holds it up in the air.
Blow.
She's a day conqueror.
Thank you.
All right, this is going to be the one.
Remember to neck it with just the very tips of the jack so they don't get caught inside the handles at the end where the connection point's at. You know how I necked that one off the bottom?
Yeah.
Coming at you, I'm ready. Woo. Yeah, nice drop.
I'll take that from you, Chris.
Just get right in there on the Evolio. Because you can't go further with the tip, see? Remember what I was talking about?
Mm-hmm.
There you go, that looks great.
Nice.
That's a Scepter. Looking good.
That is a scepter. All
It's
right.
looking spectacular.
I don't know if it needs.
Spectacular.
I think it needs the purple bits up there.
The runners
They could be a runner if
for
you
the
want.
pinchies.
I think if you did it on like a and then cut it and pink, 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 it might be nice.
Cut it first before pinching it.
Oh no, you could do it that way. Pitch it. We'll just make sure it pulls out perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna gather them up.
Shaping.
Equalize that a little.
Equalizing. All right, this is where it gets real serious. Oliver, would you grab a thinner pair of tweezers, the longer, easier to pinch ones? Because this is going to be a
You want
pincher's
the nosers?
nightmare.
You
I
want
think
the
those will
ornament
do just
ones?
fine. Needle nosers for pincers? Nah, I think
Okay.
these will do good.
For the first one.
All right, we're doing them clear.
Oh, purple. To match the purple throughout. Is it,
I don't know.
you want clear?
I think clear would look really nice.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, it'd be really optical and tasty.
I don't think you're gonna need to pull them down.
All right.
I'm just gonna get it hot right now. We're gonna go for it.
Okay. Letting it fall the opposite direction.
We do moves like these on other pieces, guys. You've probably seen us do something similar
for
to
it.
this. But we typically do that on a piece where we really understand like the heat base across the entire piece.
Yes. Nice.
We don't typically make royal scepters.
Only at the Renaissance Festival.
Right.
Yeah, so there's some unknown on where the heat's at in the piece and what we need to be heating more.
Thank you. I'm just going to reach around you and straighten it up, but if you keep working that in between each piece, in between each one, that would be incredible.
Opposite side, it'll drop. Don't worry about it. When we're putting it on, it'll drop. See?
A little thinner.
One more.
Those are so satisfying to watch you guys do.
Oh, baby.
It'll drop on center. We'll be all right. Oliver, when you're torching that punny, make sure you're hitting up on the pipe on the back end of that, not where the connection point is.
I got you.
Now, I know these tweezers are hot enough that I can touch the piece right now because we just did all those bits on there. I don't want to touch it a ton, but coming back.
Let it start dropping.
Okay.
The guys get really focused because it gets really quiet, but doing something pretty complicated and he's got to work
Yeah.
fast.
Ooh, yes I can. Guys, one of the things about this piece here, and some of you veterans already know this, but if anyone's new watching, the colors you're seeing right now aren't the true colors that this piece is going to come out at. This piece is still at 1,000,000 degrees Kelvin. So if you want to see what these true colors are, you have to check us out on Thursday at 3 o'clock for the annealer reveal. That's when we go over all of these pieces. We take them out, we show them off, we get in the natural sunlight when it's provided, and we talk about kind of our reflections on these pieces.
That's a scepter.
Those all turned out super
PA
nice.
stamp.
Stamper.
Oliver, you're on it?
All right.
That's a really traditional piece, you guys, here. And Sharon, that's a nice one. You got a beautiful piece, Sharon. It's looking sweet. We haven't even reduced it yet.
Dad, would you grab me the stamp?
Yep.
Thanks.
Oh, excuse me.
All right, so you're going to equalize the heat a little bit, and then we're going to bring out that reduction, which some of those iridescent colors at the beginning I put on there are going to really pop and get magical looking, and that's when the royalty really comes out in it.
Want the honors?
I would love to have them. You guys take a good look at that.
That's tight, Sharon. Jeez.
No, let me get one good flash first, Oliver, and then I'll come out, and then we'll go in. Make sure you got enough heat to get her away. Jake, are you gloving this in there?
That sounds cool.
All right, we're ready for some reduction. Beautiful. So it's still moving quite a bit, you guys. Watch if I stop turning, watch. Still moving, so I'm making sure that I'm letting this thing stiffen up nice and stiff before I put a little bit of water on it and give it to Jake. We're gonna knock it off and torch it.
Yeah, I think so. I'll be able to grab it off of there. What do you think, the bottom left?
You got a lot of icicles in bottom left. You might need to go bottom right with it.
It might be a nice barrier.
I'm just letting it fall back.
Might be a nice barrier on the icicles. Something light to set them down on.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a sizzler. Woohoo! Very nice.
Nice work, boys.
Nice work. Wow.
You guys killed it.
Sharon. Woo!
Because it's 1,000 degrees in there. It's super hot. So when Jake's reaching all the way in there, it's a sizzler.
Yeah, it was sizzling past the glove a little bit onto my arm, and it was just a hot one. Chris had to figure it out earlier when they were going to put Snowman this deep in the back corner of the box, reaching your full arm in there, bare-armed. If you think about grabbing a pie, you know, at 400 degrees or 350 out of your oven,
It's like 3 times hotter than that.
it's about 3 times hotter. It's pretty hardcore.
Yeah. We would have had bony fingers.
Sharon, that was super tight, beautiful piece, and that's all we really need to say about that.
Hell yeah, that was a
That was
beautiful piece.
super
Those
cool.
are fun to make. We appreciate it. Anybody out there who wants amazing scepters, just reach out to Jake. We're in scepter mode now. You reach out at the website, glassacademy.com, and you guys, that is the coolest thing about our show, The Gathering Point, here in Dearborn, Michigan, is that you can reach out from anywhere and talk to Jake, send a custom order contact off the website, and Jake will reach out to you, and you guys can work a design out and make it, figure it out exactly the way you want it, and we'll make it before your very eyes on the show, just like we did for Sharon, who's an amazing customer and great friend of ours. So, hey, you know, I think it's awesome. So now that we have to talk about some serious business, Patrick Kane
That's right, folks.
is the newly signed Red Wings amazing player that we just got, and we had named our show a couple weeks ago. We were going to do a Kane show.
Yeah.
And then out of the blue, no, out of the red, because it's the Red Wings,
Hockey, baby.
they announced this morning, Jake told me this morning at like 7:30 this morning, he came walking into the studio and he was like, Patrick Kane, we got him. And I'm like, yeah, it's Kane Day.
Bess texted me at like 4:45 in the morning.
Yeah,
It was pretty
geez,
hardcore.
Bess. They announced at 4:45. Who knows?
It's a big deal, folks. We got a huge star player, and everyone out there, we'd love to see your favorite hockey team in the chat so that we could say how much we appreciate your competition so that the Wings can play amazing.
And if you really do have the Boston, it hurts sometimes to say
Woo!
it, just don't put it in the chat. It doesn't
2-0.
matter.
2-0
no
on
Boston
Boston.
allowed in the chat.
Let's take a look at the last candy canes on the table here.
Oh, look at them, the lonely little ones.
This is my favorite selection of 3 here, other than your classic hitters, red and white and green.
Those look like key lime pie.
Totally.
It makes me thirsty looking at those, like lemonade and key lime pie.
There's your chartreuse green that we just used on that piece, that middle green. Beautiful piece. We got the dark and stormies over here. I think it was last show we made a piece, a cane tree out of this same multi-brown situation, and that was a surprise piece. We don't know who's got it yet, but those are the remaining ones there on the table, and I think we're going to actually pull some cane here now, or are we going to do the Snowman first?
Well, we didn't start heating it up yet, so probably the
Cane first. So then,
we got a few different cool things coming up, you guys. We're going to pull a great, like the Great Pumpkin, the Great Cane pull, and this is going to probably be cane that's going to be
going for the white on the left.
in memento of
Pimento
Patrick Kane.
cheese?
Pimento Patrick Kane cheese cane.
That's what this is called, folks. That is the name of this brand new cane style. You're going to watch us pull it. If you want to either purchase some cane from it, give us some time. But if you do want to get a custom order based off of this cane we pull here now, you got to reach out to us, just like Chris mentioned, through the website. Say you want the pimento cheese Patrick Kane cane.
Exactly. And did you mean to see here now, or just here now?
I think I default to here now, like I'm at the Renaissance.
That's what I was thinking.
Is that what I said?
So I explained to everybody how you make cane. Cane is what you make candy canes out of. A candy cane is made from cane, and cane is when you encase colored glass, sometimes just one color, sometimes up to 5 colors inside clear crystal, and you twist it and stretch it out from anywhere from as far as I stretched out that big candy cane I made for the opening piece to almost 25 to 30 feet long. You can stretch this cane out. If I remember correctly, Michelle, didn't you win a cane pulling contest and you pulled yours on a bike at Haystack?
What?
She had her her punty rod with cane hooked on the handlebars of her bike, and she rode down the hill with molten glass like 70 feet with a cane. Yeah, she won. That's right. That's Michelle for you guys. But back to explaining how cane is made, you guys. It's really cool. These guys are both heating up chunks of color, super dense chunks of color. One of them's white, and what's the other one?
I got the green core.
Oh.
I'm going to need the clear bits from you, and then I'll get the white from Oliver.
So they're basically building a design out of the colored glass and clear crystal, and then Jake will encase that in clear crystal by gathering around it, and he'll probably gather twice around it, so he'll end up having a massive glass. What would you say, Michelle, like a small cabbage, or maybe like a cantaloupe? Cantaloupe's too big. We've made them that big, but we're not making one that big tonight. But and you gather the glass over it, then you shape it into a cylinder, and then you actually 2 people pull from either end, and you're twisting in opposite directions, and you draw that out at the perfect temperature. Now, when we do it and you watch this happen, it's going to look real easy, but we've pulled thousands of pulls, and it's not easy, but it's pretty darn cool to watch. Remember, Michelle, how Lino Tagliapietro, one of the best glass blowers in the world, when we took classes from him back in like the late 80s, early 90s, we watched him pull cane, and he was so good at it, and nobody knew what he was doing, that he just made the giant, massive loaf of bread-sized piece of glass, and then he just threw it on the ground, Jake.
Who did?
Lino. He just threw it on the ground, the mass of glass, and he started spinning himself, and he just threw it in the corner of the shop, and then he started spinning and walking out of the corner with a giant glob of crystal attached, and he pulled it so hot and so quick that it just pulled from the weight of the glob in the corner, and he pulled like a 25-foot thing of cane out, and he said that's the way when no one was there, you just pull cane yourself.
That is so cool.
And we were all, yeah. He was like a cane master. I mean, he was like, I work in cane factory for 12 years. It's like, he blew glass literally for like 70 years.
And if that's what you did.
No, he said that because he had broken English because he was Italian. So he did sound like that. He didn't sound like Andre the Giant or something.
How's it getting held down in the comments, Bess? Anything exciting going on over there? Let's go.
That's right. You guys are playing tomorrow night.
Carrie does say let's go Bruins, but she was outnumbered.
Yeah.
I just heard
Sorry,
like someone punched me in the kidney.
Let me see if I can pick up a little more
Ooh,
frit.
that'd be nice. I feel like she's so brave every time the Red Wings are brought up that she's out there rooting for her team.
Well, I mean, Carrie's second her second favorite team is the Red Wings. So I'm just darn happy to have her liking the Red Wings.
You guys see what I'm doing here? I've never tried this style before, and I'm still pretty raw in the cane exploration portion of my life, but Oliver's getting the white ready. We're going to do something that we talked about before the show, where this green, this bright electric opaque green, is going to be the core, like a straight band going through like a power electric beam. And then focusing.
Look at that bad. is about as buttery as it gets, folks.
No, this is fresh from the brain. We're going for one more. So this is a divider of clear so that this green stays the band in the middle. Then I'll flatten it a little bit. Then we'll put white, 2 bands of white that'll twirl all the way around the whole thing.
You know, third?
I don't think so. Does that make sense to everybody? I hope you guys all got that.
You just put the
Just
clear
imagine
around
it.
the side, pull it,
Is that
twist
good
it,
shape?
pull it,
Beautiful.
and then it's done.
And then it's there. But this is step 1 of making cane, which we use for many different things, and you'll see that there's 5 steps after this one step to get to actually having it be a cane, and at about step 2 or 3 it can break off to become different things. We'll go over the organization station over there that was just put together this past week. That's where all the cane
organization station, I like that.
has become one.
Had Joey in the house today working with us.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Did an amazing job assisting.
Joey's doing really good, folks. We want to get him on the show. He's busy as heck. We haven't had a chance to do it, but we'll get him out here soon enough. But we did have a good time with him this morning.
So where are those going, on the inside?
These are going on the outside,
Okay.
right over the
So
clear.
you're going to have a floating white
Right.
band around the outside, like the one that we saw with, like, there's like 6 white ones floating around it.
Kinda, yeah.
Napoleon ice cream, the one that's like 3 layers. I don't have a mic, but that's what it reminds me of for visual.
Michelle saying how this reminds her of Napoleon ice cream.
Put the second one on right then.
Nah, I got a little funky with it. Doesn't need to be, I mean,
I'll get a little hotter.
yeah, I mean, maybe give it one quick marb right now and just bring it back to a point. This was some interesting mix of white. I think it was a mix of 2 different styles of white, which typically when you're going to pull it this thin, it really doesn't make a difference. You know, any imperfections.
Transparent.
No, I think it could have been like a mix of like an alabaster or like maybe like 2 different whites from 2 different distributors, maybe. But you see the precision and the time it takes to get this all lined up. It's a pretty crazy transfer of mentality going from like making snowmen or making icicles and making ornaments all day and then being like, slow down, we got to make some cane. That's all right.
You want it not? Okay, I'm with you.
And then slowing down and being like, let's get precise here for a minute.
Well, I mean, we're still precise with Snowman. It's just
Oliver, when you
a
come
different
out,
70 at a time.
when
Yeah.
you come out of there, Oliver, hang tight the air marber for a minute in the air before you give it to Jake.
Let's
That
do it.
white gets real hot on the surface. You want to let that cool off on the surface, and then it'll pull out real nice.
Oh, baby.
Nice.
Lovely.
Yeah, it was just mentioned about all that color. That little, if you're blowing cane, let's say we're going to do 10 cane pulls in a row. That little bit of color that Oliver had of white that was left on the back end of the punty rod, it'd be worth saving that because it adds up. After 3 pulls, we would have enough to use half of that white. So you don't want to waste the color because the color, you guys, is ridiculously expensive. I mean, glass itself is ridiculously expensive as it is, but the color itself is just, you know, it should be up there with like the precious metals commodities, guys. And actually, some of them are because manganese makes purple and gold makes red, and those are precious metals and elements on the periodic table that cost a lot of money. So
Wow, I need diamonds.
the metals market actually controls the price of colored glass. He's got a little piece of cane here, and we do a lot of, like when we make our little
Oh, that's
penguins, you guys, we need to have white cane to make the eyeballs of those, and then we put a little black dot on them as well. This is looking really nice, and you really want to have, you think about it, that thing right now is only about 3.5 inches long and about 2.5 inches
I was
wide.
just gonna dip it.
And it's going to get stretched out and twisted, probably about 15 feet long when he's done with it. Oh, looking good. So
All right.
a bright green in the middle, opaque green with the opaque white on the outside.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go dunk, and I gotta go do this special dunking technique where I go like this, not Dunkin' Donuts, like this, so that I don't trap a bubble in it. Gotta go in, let it get all the way in there, and then turn slowly, because any little air bubble will pull the whole length of the whole thing, and you'll see those bubbles trapped inside.
Michelle's coming over to get that, trap that gather without putting the camera in the furnace.
Would one of you guys mind just prepping the marver for turning and making sure that marver's clean over there?
Yes.
It's a little
Jake was-
low. It's probably going to be hard to see. And then, Oliver, would you give me a cooler downer?
I'm on it.
I guess after I do this, Marv.
It's interesting to see how like that's a lot of glass, but to see how far you can stretch it.
Right.
Are you gathering over that, Jake?
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I did for my short. That's what I was getting at.
Sorry.
How many feet do you guys think this is gonna come out to? Do you
Oh,
think
yeah.
Jake's gonna make this into some 1-foot cane? Or do you think we gotta go out into the parking lot? So I had a question for Chris here about cane, thought you might know. With the way that Jake gathered that, he was trying to avoid air bubbles, and it seems like air bubbles in your cane is kind of like a lower quality cane. Is there a like actual technique where like you deliberately put air bubbles in your cane? And like, because we just did that piece last week where we put air bubbles into the stem on purpose.
Yeah, but there isn't any cane that you make that you put air bubbles in. It doesn't really affect the quality of the cane by any means. It's just
I didn't ask.
if you can avoid having them in there, especially big ones, and there's really an opportunity to trap big ones when you're gathering over something flat.
Yeah.
You know, because
No, that's
so
for
you got to
rolling.
go in and almost turn so slowly that you don't create any air traps when you're folding over in the molten glass.
Big time.
And that was a tough one to turn slow with because the glass is so low, and I was going at such a high angle that the heat was just blasting out of there. So I did it. I don't think I got hardly any bubbles in here. It actually went pretty well.
I've got 2 guesses for 18 feet, 1 guess for 35 feet, 1 guess for 40 feet.
40 feet. I can.
We can tape. I know how to tape it. I know how to walk off distance. I'm a good putter.
He's a golfer.
He's a
You're on the
good
green.
putter.
You're walking off the distance of the ball, getting
I
to
have a
the
6-foot
hole.
wingspan. We could just.
All right, now that
lay me
lined
down.
up way better than I was expecting.
Roniza says 19 feet. So we're all over the place. Sharon says 26 feet.
Sharon's got the inside scoop, though.
Different Sharon.
Oh, maybe she's got the inside scoop too.
Yeah, this other Sharon has the inside.
Sharon
scoop.
Knapp.
Are you taking the drill and Oliver and I
Sharon.
are spinning? Or am I taking the drill?
I'm taking the drill.
So then Oliver and I will be doing the... It's good for both of us to be doing it. One person's doing it and kind of keeping the pipe down, and the other person's giving backup spinning power.
Okay.
So because sometimes when you're doing it by yourself, it won't pop off the rollers. Did you show them the rollers, Sean?
And that's the handoff.
Yes.
Huh?
That's
Victoria
the handoff
says
like that.
22 and a half
Okay.
feet, very specific.
You know.
Max does not have a lot of confidence in you guys, and he says 10 feet.
Oh, 10 feet.
Who said 10 feet?
Max.
Max?
All right, I'm going to gather it up and then give me like 10 seconds, then you could go for the
You're
post.
Marvin over here, right?
Yeah.
All the stuff piled up on the Marver.
A
Get
cooler
rid of that.
downer.
I've got
I'm
all
gonna be
kinds of
dropping
guests
right here.
still coming in here.
Keep them coming
Oliver,
in, guys.
would you give me a hand?
It's looking like a nice gather, Jake.
Thanks. The first key is not to have too much clear on the very tip here. Thank you.
That's looking good.
So I'll let it hang back a little bit more like this. I just clenched my jaw so hard I think I might have busted a tooth or something.
I think we're gonna hit 17 feet, 14 inches, and 76 centimeters.
14 inches is like a whole nother foot.
All right, working on this Marver right here, Bess.
So really 18 feet.
So you see how I'm lining up the bottom of this? Well, doesn't need to be huge, Dad.
Robin says 52 feet.
I love that confidence, Robin. See how the color comes all the way to the tip there. This is actually looking like a setup I'm really feeling good about. I just got to get it to the right temperature now. Huh? I want it all the way to the bottom, not perfectly to the bottom because it would pull off, but if there's too much clear, then that whole clear spot, that region of clear, is going to be at a different melting temperature than is all the color in the core.
Do we want to talk about our special drill attachment?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys, the drill attachment here is actually an easier way. It's much easier, and it's not as painful and treacherous on your wrist.
Who made that again?
I can't remember who made this, but they're an
I
amazing
just heard
glass
his name.
blower, and he was a cane maniac.
We got to give him a shout out.
And he made this thing, and it was really good. Was it Dave Patchen?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, David Patchen. He's an amazing cane guy. He's got the heat protector and everything.
All right, I'm going to do one Marver, one dunk, one Marver, and we'll go.
Yep. You quenching or no?
After this Marver.
Okay. I'm going to give it to you here, Jake.
Yes. All right, this is it.
This is it, folks. Hold on to your boots.
We're about to get to the high-octane action.
So Jake's got it. He's going to hand the pipe off to me in a minute. That's looking good, Jake. Slow, slow. Can you walk towards me a little?
Yep.
Okay. Better walk with it, Jake. Don't be scared. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
I got money on this, Jake.
Keep twisting. Full
Yeah,
speed.
right.
Full speed. Twist. Twist.
I'm twisting, baby.
He's twisted.
I'm saying your end needs, I can see it. Keep going.
I'm hitting the twist button as hard as I can.
All right. We're good over here. We're going to hang tight. You just keep doing your thing.
Yep, I'm still
Got it,
yanking.
Oliver. Keep going. That's a pretty good pull.
It's a pretty cool attachment.
Yeah.
All right. Straight stretcher. I'm going to go your way. Keep going so I can get on the wood.
Okay.
You
Keep
need another-
going. Right over the end. There you go. Tweezers. We ready?
Yeah.
Look at that, guys. And then
was a
look
good
at how
pull, man.
beautiful that
Thanks, Oliver.
twist is. Woo! And show them all the way, zoom down to Jake, shall. You did? So let's get the footage.
The footage.
That's a cool pattern.
That's cool right there.
It is super cool.
That's the perfect spot.
Times 3 is 36
36
and
feet.
a half. There's another, what's 36, 37 and a half feet. 36 and a half feet. So if that was that Sharon said 36, she's pretty darn close.
Jeez, Sharon.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through these comments real quick and see what was the official total.
37
A little explodo
feet.
right there.
All right, let me see what we've got.
It's because it touched the wood. But notice
I've
what
got
I was
somebody
talking
that
about.
says 34.
I'm going to use them on this.
It's like a beam of green light. And then if you come over here and check this out, I'll dunk it in the water.
Don Great said 38.
Whoa.
Ton. Ah, well, you're not going to see it through the fractures, but we'll check back over and you guys will see how electric green it is in a minute.
I'm going to make a little candy cane out of it.
Broniza says, what was the purpose of dipping it in the water and then back into the fire?
The reason we dipped it in the water is because the water takes a super, super quick draw of heat off the end of the connection when we connected it to the patty that we're going to twist it on. If we wouldn't have done that, it would have pulled right off the patty, you guys. So you had to quench it. And Jake actually felt like it was a little bit hot as well after he did that. So right before he attached it to the drill, he tapped it on the ground one more time. Oops, some
And
diamonds.
what do we got going on here now?
I got the end. I'm making another candy cane out of this puppy.
That's what we
You're
call
just in
the
a
bonus
jumbo-
cane.
Oh, I'm twisting
Ooh.
the
Yeah,
opposite
you
way.
twisted it.
Wow, look at that. Extra color utilization.
Mary Kirkland had 37 feet.
No
Oh.
way. We might have to get the ruler out. Yeah.
Don't look directly at it, folks. It's hypnotizing.
Yeah, that'll take you out.
That's the first candy cane from that cane.
Now, if someone wanted to get a custom order done, say it was a cane snowman or a cane tree, and we needed to have a cane candy cane,
I'll
then,
just make a little candy cane
you know,
out of this.
cane.
It's a lot of cane.
We can do this.
We thank you, Patrick Kane.
All of a sudden, we became a great team. Woo! I just pulled my Lucy out of me there. She's the pun master. Look at that. That is super tight. Wow.
There's a nice looking candy cane, guys.
That one's for hanging on the wall.
But whose wall?
Someone's wall.
That's a big one. That one will be, I'm going to polish the bottom right now. That one will go on the website too, you guys. Why not?
When they get to be that size, they look less of like something to hang in a tree or hang in a window. I could see that on like a piece of wood as like a trophy cane, like a pumped up, serious cane for the real cane lovers.
Yeah. Or on a wreath.
Oh.
Like if you had two of them and they made a heart
Oh my.
on a wreath, oh my gosh. Somebody would be loving that.
Chris is immediately regretting, say, put it on the website. He's like, my wreath.
Can you remind us what colors that was again?
Yes, I'll actually show you the raw form of the color over here. I'll bring it over.
You're on a roll today with these jumbo cane.
They're fun to make too.
Good little beauty. And that's what that green in the center looks like.
Electric green, and that's where it came from too, is this actual bar piece right here. We chopped off about a chunk about that big and then used about twice as much white on the outside. But that's your beautiful raw form right there. And as a glass artist, this stuff's like gold. I mean, we don't actually lock our color up. We got trust in everyone around here and everyone that comes into our studio. But this is the most expensive thing for a glass blowing studio, next to the utilities, which are just as much up there. But this is a little beautiful just chunk of gold right here. You can do so much with it, so many different forms. It's pretty darn cool. And why don't we just
slowly but surely taking a shaving of bar color in my pocket every day.
It's gonna have the rainbow selection.
That's my favorite color of bar color over there.
This?
It's the exact color of my KitchenAid mixer.
Wow. That's a beauty right there.
Yeah.
I didn't even know we had this color. I'm not familiar with it. I found it down there. Actually, it says 74. Maybe it is.
That's Granny
It's
Green,
Granny.
74.
But I read it in German and didn't think it said Granny Green.
It said Dunkin'
It said
Grun?
Satgrun.
Satengron.
Wouldn't it be
must mean
Apfel?
Granny.
I don't know. Anyway, check this out. We got these guys all organized for all our cane needs going forward, folks. Chopped them down.
That's nice.
Correct diameters. All the blues together. U of M special. So if we need to do something with multiples, we can go through and sort through them. Here's our white and kind of light blue selection. We need to do some more white. That's what I was thinking. But you see the oranges and the yellows are a little bit lacking as well. They're a very difficult color to work with. So if we were to do a bar or a cane pickup piece with a bunch of orange, the chances that those canes crack in the process of making them compared to blues is a lot higher. So those are available for custom orders. You're going to see us being able to utilize cane for one custom order here. And if you guys are interested in that kind of thing, just know that it's probably the most beautiful type of glass you may ever see, but it's also, there's a long process starting with this to get to there to then get to the piece that we're going to make. So it's going to be priced accordingly.
We had a suggestion that should be the giveaway piece, but that is going for sale, correct?
What's that, the cane?
Yeah, that cane your dad just made.
We weren't necessarily, what time is it? I forgot my
7:30.
watch today and
It's
I feel
7:30.
naked. So if we can only do one more piece, maybe that should be the giveaway.
Okay.
Who suggested that?
Carrie.
Carrie? Huh? The cane. Dad, do you confer? Or do you confirm that? Since we weren't going to have a chance to make a giveaway piece anyway, how about that piece of candy cane is the giveaway?
Oh, we just put it online, I thought.
We were holding off because it was a good idea.
Oh, I thought we would just give them a candy cane.
Oh.
Random candy cane.
Well, if that's
We've done
what you
things
want to
from
do.
the gallery before.
All right, well, there's the
whatever,
kibosh
guys.
on that.
Hey, I never really have last pull, so whatever you guys want to do is whatever you want to do.
Well, we'll put it to the boss and we'll see what happens. Good as new.
Very nice. So what's Chris doing over here
Let's
now?
get this straight. The snowman I'm making is going to be for sale.
That's
I'm
right.
not going to change it when it's done.
Glad that's straight.
Awesome.
We preheating this cane up over here.
Yeah, this is the cane. I'm going to do a snowman, you guys. We're going to do a snowman, all three of us, and it's going to have cane as picked up. We've never done one of these before. Jake, didn't you say we did do that? I think Jake said we did make a one time. It's getting hot. So what?
So we're
This is
unsure
pretty
if
good.
that's
It's
gonna be
getting
the giveaway
warm.
or
I
not,
think at some point we can make a transfer if you want
but I'm
to
holding off on putting it up for now, just so you
switch
everybody
up with
knows.
me, Jacoby.
Oliver, can we get a zoomer on that? Or
Can you get a
Jake?
zoom in on that, Jake?
Let me give you guys a good old-fashioned zoom-tastic.
I'm gonna let you keep heating this up, and I'm gonna.
Or did the
Get it down here.
tech support just handle that?
It's hot enough.
Now the colors have changed. It was red and green wrapped around white, but because it's getting hotter, it's losing some of that vibrancy. So he's preheating it because they will explode if you pick it up without doing this. Over here you can see we're going to be using these ones in the back.
Jake, do you know what the candy is that looks exactly like this? That's like a little taffy.
Saltwater
I
taffy?
do know that candy.
Is it just saltwater taffy?
So I'm gathering up the core of this snowman, you guys, with about 5 coats of a really beautiful dense enamel white. Because I don't want him to be transparent. I don't want him to look like he's melting. We do make a line of ice snowmen
Oh, baby.
that look like they're melting. But not this guy. This guy is going to be a hardy snowball.
This is going to be another trophy piece here on the gathering point. This one's going to be for sale, folks. This is going to be hardcore. The first cane snowman of the year. Again, we're out here in Dearborn, Michigan. Hand-blown glass. Chris is reheating out of the 2,000-degree furnace right now that stays hot year-long. And you've got Oliver working with our fluffer torch, which that probably gets right up to about 2,000 as well. And he's preheating those cane. He's not superheating them. He doesn't want them to stick to that graphite. I don't know if they actually ever would. But you want to make sure that these don't have too much of a temperature change from the hot mass that Chris is going to lay down on top of them to the colder temperature that they're at right now. And am I mistaken in thinking that you're going to go for a clear layer over this
Yep.
and then lay it right down onto those cane?
Well, I'm going to start blowing it out. Get it kind of shape. Maybe I got to probably pretty much pick it right up, don't I?
Yeah.
But then I got to carve it and blow it out. I kind of wanted to keep them like texturous on the outside as well, but it might be tough, you're saying?
I think it's going to be tough with the neckline.
If those are hot enough, I should be able to pick them up on a screaming hot bubble.
And you're going to want to be able, I guess you don't have to completely cut off the head because we're going to cover it up. I don't know. It's up to you.
Just get them hot, Oliver.
I don't know that. I don't know.
It's just like when you're like heating something up on the stove. You got to think about the heating energy, the transfer of energy, where the heat's lying, the color difference, the sound, if there's any motion.
I'm doing so much thermodynamics in my head right now. There are numbers. I can see the matrix, everybody.
Look at this guy. He's looking at it. It's incredible. So away from the loud fluffer here for a second again, Chris is opting to start to shape up the bubble a little bit. He's got a large clear gather. This is going to be a 3-bump snowman, which these are, you know, it's just like when we talk about all the other products going up in difficulty, the bigger you get. Sometimes smaller products are really difficult, but adding an extra bump to a snowman and getting it to blow out the way that you want it is super difficult. Getting that 3rd bump. These are a really high-end, difficult product. There's multiple ways to do it, but multiple ways to do it differently.
Whoa.
Jeez.
This is my boy to get hot right now, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, I agree.
Think I should do it in a furnace?
Yeah. But it's all about heat distribution, just like we were talking about here and what Oliver's doing, getting everything perfectly equally temperatured. What's really difficult to do for these snowmen is to get the hottest point that's going to blow out the most closest to the tip of the pipe.
Oliver, right on the top, full bore, yep.
I'll go over that in a second when we actually start to see him blow it out. Ooh, pipe's getting hot.
All right, I'm
Sorry,
gonna be coming
folks.
right now, Oliver.
Gotta get these out of the way.
Yep.
Yes. You always put a few extra cane in there, just in case. Let me take a look. Look at it, it's a perfect distribution. Nice. Now we got to work those babies in. They're hot, but they weren't that hot. They weren't molten hot. They weren't 2,000 degrees. Is it housekeeping
come
time?
Try to get one more, if I can.
I had Victoria ask who won last week.
Torch won.
We did not forget about it.
This
We're
one
just
on
trying
the
to
far
figure out
left.
a good spot in this project right
It's
now.
been a jam-packed show, so we're going to get this last piece of cane perfectly on there, and once Chris comes over here and starts to melt those in and get them lined up, there's going to be some time melting them in, shaping them up. We'll let Bess bring in the housekeeping folks, which for some of you, that's the moment that you've been waiting for. Every week we give away a piece. We got that piece right on the corner of the product table over here with our last remaining 3 set of cane right here. Check them out on the website. There is our giveaway for this week.
Can you see that angle where you can kind of see the second opening?
Double bubble trapper opener.
Very cool.
I see it. Would you mind getting a little sweaty with us over here, Bess, for housekeeping, so
I'm
I could
okay
at
with
least
that.
get Chris in the background?
Absolutely. So only really 3 pieces of housekeeping to go over real quick. First, most importantly, Carol said she loved my shoes, so thank you, Carol.
Carol.
These are called Sanooks. They make them year-round. These are obviously my fuzzy warm ones. But actually, more importantly, first things first, you guys can listen to me as you guys are watching this. We have our Holiday Fest this weekend coming up.
Darn
so,
straight.
December 2nd and 3rd, that is Saturday and Sunday. We are turning the gallery into a giant winter wonderland. If any of you came by for our Pumpkin Fest, think similar, but winter.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna have great trees and snow people and candy canes and all of the fun winter things. The guys have a lot in store. They've been working hard. So that is coming up, again, December 2nd and 3rd, this coming weekend, Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be from our normal gallery hours, 11 to 4 each day. And that is when you guys will be able to purchase in-store both our signature ornament, both styles of that, as well as our signature candy cane, both styles of that for the year. So technically, we've kind of got like 4 signatures going on. We've got 2 different styles of the ornament, and we've got 2 different styles of cane. So super, super exciting this year. We're excited for you guys to come in and see those in person. They're amazingly beautiful.
And if you guys aren't in person available, we will have those featured again on the following weeks. Those 4 signature products of this year. Every year we do one, and we'll have them hooked up for you in these coming weeks. We've already got the pre-orders going a little bit. Some of them have shipped out. There's going to be more to come.
Perfect.
Below Oliver.
Next thing I've got coming up is announcing the winner of our really fun double
Harder.
bubble creation over there. Question last week was, what is your favorite snow
Good.
activity? A lot of fun answers. We had somebody say sledding. Somebody said as a kid it was building snowmen and snow forts and snowball fights. But now it's snowball fights with my nephews. That's pretty fun. You get to kind of carry on the tradition. One of my favorite comments says, as I am 76 years young, I don't do the physical things, but I do have to make a snow angel in a new fluffy snow.
Yeah.
I can just fall back into the snow, but getting back up is quite comical, kind of like a beach whale.
Love that comment. That's awesome.
But our winner for our fun double bubble, I will forever call it the Pickleback Cup
Which
now.
is based on chance, not on their answers, but we like to read their answers, right?
Absolutely. Donna is a wonderful contest runner, picker person.
The contest runner, Donna.
So she puts all of our entries into a wheel. She clicks a button. It's on the internet. She clicks a button. It spins the wheel, and it picks our person every week. So totally unbiased, but we do love to see your answers. We love to read them out loud. I'm distracted by how cool this is looking
This
right
is
now.
sweet, and I see what Chris is doing, and it's super wise.
Below Oliver.
But our winner said that they like
Keep going.
snowmobiling through the trails in the woods, and that sounds pretty cool. So, congratulations to, I'll put this in here real quick,
Good.
Elisa Carson.
Oh, the footed double bubble.
Yes. And I know you are local, so don't worry about getting that email from Donna about shipping.
That is the shipping queen's daughter, folks. Robin, who works for us here at the Glass Academy, ships out all the product to those near and far. Elisa, congratulations. That is super cool.
So congratulations. Again, it's the luck of the draw, guys. I mean, you guys can all enter. The more you enter, the more chances you have to win. So if you're entering every week, make sure you're doing that, and you're going to win at some point. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
So that is all the housekeeping I have. Back to the super cool cane snowman.
Shouts out, Bess. Thank you very much.
Of course.
Bess is headed back to her tech region over here with all the buttons and gizmos and gears and all that goodness. But Chris has opted to blow this guy upside down, and if I speak before he says anything, I'll attempt to think why he might have done this. One is because he wanted to have those canes protruding off of the snow person. That's something I hadn't even have thought of would be an option to do, and he's doing it right now, and it looks incredible. The second reason is for exactly what I was telling you guys, and I said I'd get back to later, which is, look at the way the heat's transferred right now.
Blow,
when
Oliver.
you go into the hole to heat up the piece.
Slow. Good.
Nice. Yes.
Okay, blow again.
That tip, the bottom biggest bump,
Good.
is the first thing to go in and the last thing to come out. So inevitably, it's going to get the most heat. Typically, we do these things upside down, so we don't have to punny them up and flip them around. But right now, in the case of this 3-bump, super hardcore cane snowman, we are going to be doing a punty move.
We're going to put a little Maurice on it and then punty it.
Counterweight, punty.
Yeah, that's fine. A regular counterweight's gonna be fine, but I just need a Maurice, and then we're gonna punty it up right with that Maurice, with that punty. So bring it on a counterweight.
He even got this to come to, didn't need to at all. It's going to be into a snow puddle, but he even got it to come down to a nice constriction there on the bottom, and it looks really beautiful. And remember now, these canes are just as hot as when Oliver was torching them over there, so they're going to be that red, green, and white cane on top of a white, snowy snow person body. A little bit earlier, Michelle handed me this signature cane here. This is our 2020. It's going to be impossible to focus. Will it do it? Oh, that
Flip.
tech.
Okay, make a
2023
punchy out of that.
signature cane.
I was trying to get it to focus.
And that was a straight one, but we're going to get that one bent up eventually. We got a nice stockpile of them done already, and those are available for purchase on thine website.
Robin says we'll have to figure out exactly how to use that cup.
That's the truth.
What's going on over there, Jake?
Look at how beautiful this is. These are the cane left on the website. Normally on the website, you can't pick out the exact cane you're interested in. Tonight you can, and if I'm not mistaken, there's free shipping if you use the code.
Beautiful, Oliver.
Free ship, all one word. But look at how beautiful that is. And on the backs of these, you've got the story of the cane. They look incredible. If you guys are interested in purchasing those, I'm telling you, that's the best gift around. Supporting a local small business. Everything made in the USA. Perfect size to gift to someone important or someone that you just need to give a little gift to. You know, everyone's got those people in their lives.
When are we gonna take our trip to Canada and blow blast there, man? So
That's
we
a
can
good
say
question.
Made in Canada.
Where are the Canadian followers, the Canadian glass shops? Holler at us.
You can heat that end just a little bit and keep the whole thing hot. We're gonna put the buttons and nose
It
on
is
now.
Okay.
expensive in Canada, Michelle's saying. The natural resources are uber expensive.
So is this a custom order or is this just artist choice?
This is artist choice. This is going to be for sale to the people. Oliver's heating up just the top of
Okay,
it.
bring it on out, Oliver.
And this will be made live on the website as we do with the rest of our products. If you guys are interested in purchasing this, you can go, once we say go, you go to the website. At the very top, there's the Gathering Point tab. There's a drop down, and you go right to the Gathering Points. I think it says purchase glass from the show. Click on
Stop
that,
right there, Oliver.
and Bess will let you guys know when it's uploaded. Here comes eyeball number 1. Now this is that, remember that chunk of green bar that I showed you guys? We purchased black bar in the Plenty and pull it out in little stringers like Oliver was doing with the white so that we can do this. And when it comes snowman season, we do probably pull out like almost a kilo of black for all these buttons and all these eyeballs.
Okay.
For someone who doesn't know what a kilo of color means in terms, we call that a stringer.
I will show it.
That's like 3 football fields.
Yeah, it's about 3 football fields. And if you come over here, one of these dishes are about a kilo. But you
All right,
come
let's see
down
the hat.
here and you pull out something like
We'll do a black
this.
traditional hat.
That's about a kilo, folks. And that is some purple right there.
You
That
want
costs
it to-
about almost $100.
Sure. Oh, I can do
And the
one on the
prices
head
vary
and then one on
quite
the
frequently.
one app.
I think that one might have been more than a kilo. That looked pretty long. It was probably 1.5. Same thing as when we were doing the Scepter. Chris is thinking ahead, knowing that we're going to be putting on some nice application bits. So he wants to make sure that the punty's got plenty of heat to hold it onto the pipe. And here comes Oliver going right into the black. Now, with a bit like that, in all black, makes me wonder if we're going top hat.
Top hat.
Top
No
hat classic.
way.
Way, dude. Ooh. Michelle came over to show me this piece, which we mentioned and we showed off briefly when the cane pole went down. See how it went explodo like Frodo?
Yep.
Color's looking beautiful. But what? That's right. What
Oh, you're
happened
gonna need another
was
one, Oliver.
that piece landed on a piece
Yep.
of wood, and cane we don't have to anneal right away because it's so thin. It pulls out and it cools itself down. It's kind of like, I don't really even know how to explain it perfectly, but it's so thin that it doesn't necessarily, like pulling out like a little stringer. If you pull out a bunch of hairs, there's not enough glass and not enough.
That's it. Stovepipe hat, guys.
And then I'm gonna need this over here.
The stovepipe hat.
Yep. Kind of Abe Lincoln style.
I'm working on your schnoz right now.
Thank you. And actually, hang tight on the snaz. Bring me some arms, iris arms.
Iris arms, okay.
I'd love to have like a nice lineup of sayings from the Hot Shop. You know, our favorite sayings this week from the Hot Shop, and we highlight them each week. Yeah, what was that one? I remember that one. What he just said, I'm working on the schnoz now. Like, what? If we weren't in a Hot Shop, what the heck would that mean?
About that
That's
size
gonna
for
be
your arms?
perfect. Yep, I'll probably get both of them out of that. So
Okay.
iris, yep.
The iris.
All right, we are back. If you guys haven't noticed already, we had a little glitch in our streaming. We were out for a hot second, but everybody says we're back, and I see that we're back. So thanks for hanging in there with us.
Remind me, do you want any special shaping besides just hot as all get out?
No, it just doesn't have to be super hot.
Love the height on that. And you squish it to the side. You went for the weathered hat.
Yep.
So I'm cutting some weathered edges in there.
Oh, you know what we need to do, really? I'm sorry, Oliver, but I'll trade
What do you need? I can hop in.
Flash that for me, would you? And give me that. We got to make a scarf.
Oh, boy.
Ah,
No schnoz first?
No, snaz is the last thing because it keeps getting shorter and shorter.
Robin says we froze just like Michigan tonight. We did get pretty cold pretty quickly here.
You can have the glory hole, Jake.
He looks so odd without a nose yet,
I know.
but I do love his little crooked hat.
It's
you're
looking
getting that
so
going,
good.
Keeping that warm. Okay.
So the old scarf situation is a tough one. When you're putting on a scarf, you got to think about going from underneath and cradling this guy. The glass scarves are only put on the 3-bumper Snowman. They take a lot of extra dexterity and timing between the people. Yeah, and after all this, if you stick the scarf over his eyeball, then he's going to be a patch-eyed special.
All right, so these scarves are pretty cool looking. They look just like a real scarf.
So he's curling it up and turning up over there, and he's going to flatten it. I'm going to take one more heat. So he's squishing the scarf right over here. And then with a little bonus heat, he's going to come up from underneath and wrap it around.
You're gonna have nose up, eyes up, Jake?
Yep. Nice.
Oh, cameras. I think that's the hardest part of working
Nice.
this night's question.
My arms?
Yeah.
Yeah, just as a reminder, you guys, I'm going to mention it. We still don't really know what the giveaway piece is yet. We've got 2 minutes left, so it might be a surprise for next week to see what that giveaway is.
Yep.
But the giveaway question for the week is, what do you think are the biggest challenges faced by the glass artists during the live shows and demos? So to enter to win that giveaway for whatever that piece may be, go ahead and send your answers to
Ready when you
enews@glassacademy.com. Make sure you guys are putting your names in the email as well. Helps Donna out a lot.
Did you put that green cane up for sale?
I did not. I was
Pass
holding
it on
off.
that.
Let's, while he's focused, we'll call that the giveaway.
Good.
All right.
Everybody heard that?
Jake made the call. The executive decision.
That's it, folks. Keep it on the DL next week. We'll do it.
Perfect. You guys heard the secret. So that giveaway is going to be that green cane that we made with that leftover cane.
The Snip Master.
Victoria says Jake and Chris sound so alike it's hard to tell who's talking sometimes.
Yes, it's true. I don't know how that happened. Truly.
Marble that to a cylinder, kind of to a point.
Okay.
It's looking amazing. It's going to be a heck of an anneal reveal this coming Thursday, folks, at 3 o'clock.
Yep.
Me and hopefully some of the guys will hop in, and maybe Chris will be around, I'm not sure. But every Thursday, 3 o'clock, we will produce and release a video showing all the pieces in their final color. But at that time, we usually don't necessarily know if everything's sold or not. Tonight, the only piece that was made for sale was the first 2 candy canes, and then this guy will be for sale. Normally during the show, we'll let you know when it gets sold. After this piece, it's going to be the end of the show, so we're not going to have a chance to tell you what the deal is. You'll have to look yourself, check it out on the website, and remember to tell your friends and family about us for the holiday season. Subscribe to our YouTube. It's free. Follow us on the FB, social media, you know, all that goodness. I did want to give a huge shout out to Linda Jolly, and I don't necessarily know. I mean, I don't know, maybe, hopefully she won't be upset with me saying that. She purchased a couple beautiful pieces from last week's show, specifically, well, both the compote that Chris made and the cane piece that was put together on the show, and it was just a ridiculous show with ridiculous results, and she got some incredible pieces. So that's one of Carrie's good friends, and the Glass Academy addicts spread out wider and wider throughout the years, folks. If you're not already on the Facebook page, Glass Academy Addicts, it's super cool. We've got more membership perks coming up in the new year. We actually have a meeting coming up a day from today, or a week from today, between Amy, Michelle, and I, and we're going to sit down and plan out next year's membership perks and how it's all going to go down, plan out the Michigan room, our new event space coming into the studio, and all you Glass Academy addicts, be aware and keep posted, because we got some really, really, really cool stuff coming up for you guys. And much love to everybody, and your word of mouth means more than anything, so Carrie shouts out for spreading the love. It looks like, is it a nose? I don't know.
It's a big one. If it is.
I was gonna say that would like take someone's eye out.
It's a candy cane cane.
Cane. So Oliver's on watching the piece duty, and he's got it down at this point. He knows what's going on. Chris has got this move down at this point as well.
I'm not nervous.
Yeah, the cane pieces are hardcore. The prep it takes to do those is awesome. I'm gonna make sure we got a couple big pipes here ready to go for dropping the big old patty.
You need a little sizer upper, Chris?
Over. She's upside down, but bring her around the other way. There you go, just for a sec. Looks perfect. Go ahead and flash that.
This is the piecer together move.
Last time many people watched the numbers video
Are you gonna trade with me? Okay.
Sunday that we did the experimental.
Yeah, how many of you guys watched this week's experimental show with Michelle? No, I think this past week was mine, wasn't
Bring
it?
on over, Oliver.
Sunday? Yeah, how many of you guys watched this past Sunday's show? We got next week's planned, and it's going to be a sweetie.
Hold that for me, Oliver.
Nice stick. Nice stick.
Flash it, Oliver.
Very nice. You guys are getting a treat
I
with
got
some
it.
pretty cool OT this week.
Nice deep.
OT,
and bring it on
baby.
over.
Yeah, but if you watch the experimental show Sundays at 3 o'clock, let us know. We had quite a few comments on this past one. I was asking people to make some answers and talk to me about sheep's wool and whatnot. And you guys did do
All right,
that.
start
I
gathering up
appreciate
the patty
that.
if
But
you want.
I think that's
Schnoz.
YouTube exclusive, isn't it?
Thank you.
The experimental show?
Snazzer.
Yep. So worth checking us out on the YT, folks. Just Google us. It's at Glassblowing or Glass Academy on YouTube.
I just told Oliver to gather up the base, and he was like, Schnaz.
Nice.
I was like, gosh, thank goodness I didn't forget to put the Schnaz on her. Him, whoever.
Well, then I'm going to sneak in and do the base.
Okay.
What are we doing, recycle or are we doing clear? Okay.
Victoria says, do we do notification alerts when we are live? As of right now, we don't. It is something I'm actually looking into and working on to see how we can do that. So at some point, I'm hoping we will. But right now, we are just live every Tuesday night from 6 to 8 right here on Facebook and YouTube. So set yourself a notification on your phone until we get those notifications figured out.
I only heard about 10% of what you said, Bess, but it all sounded great.
Perfect. You were shaking your head at me like it sounded good, so I just kept going.
If they're subscribed to our YouTube, they should be able to turn on notifications for when just new videos come out in general.
Way to go, Oliver. Yes. So if you are subscribed to our YouTube, You can definitely turn your notifications on for us.
If you don't know what that looks like, it's the bell icon. Should be near the like button. And you can just go ahead and tap both of those.
Got that graphic right up on the screen for you guys. Just in case
Oliver,
you're
would you
unsure.
slide over the torch station so we can be right there ready with the
Yeah.
torchy poo? Think I'm good to gather it up, Dad?
Yes, you are.
Just watch your feet, Michelle. I got your stamp.
Yes, I was told in the comments we
Thank
cannot
you.
forget the stamp.
The stamp is...
Produce it either. Flinging arms.
You
It's
want
a pretty intense
me to
snowman.
drop it?
Oh, yeah.
What'd you say?
You give them the reduction, I'll drop it right now.
Go and drop. And then I'll do the flash.
But after a full day of making snowmen, we were ready for an intense one.
Heck yeah. Ooh, it's a pretty looking space.
You're using the diamonds on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jake, let's flash those.
I just asked him he was going to use the diamonds.
Got it, okay.
We could hit those real quick.
There
Got
it
these
is,
diamonds
Dad.
right
Before
here,
we stick
Dad.
it on.
Look at those blinged out arms.
Use these.
He's blinging.
Oliver's already here with the torch and the stamp.
Right by the weathered hat.
Yeah.
Should I grab him with the gloves or should we?
We could paddle it away.
All right.
Go ahead and do it up. Yep. There's our stamp, guys.
Stamp is not forgotten.
Timing's super important. Right up on the top left, last piece. Elegant. The elegant slider. Very nice.
Great. An awesome piece.
Nice work. Thank you very much, everybody. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Super nice. That was a sweetie.
I'd say. That box is looking great, folks. That was a beautiful show. Stay tuned about the giveaway.
It couldn't be a better day to go into OT since we got Patrick Kane on our team.
Oh my God.
Just to remind everybody, if you forgot.
I don't think they forgot.
That's the truth.
But
Yeah, that was a beautiful deal. We got the bright green down here, the gathering point, show number 243.
37 feet of it.
The cane over here, folks. You got Bess, you got Oliver, Michelle.
And actually, I did want to mention a few things. Our big show is this weekend here
Yep.
in the studio, both days, Saturday and Sunday. And we're also having a big show in Ann Arbor at the gallery. The Glass Academy is the invited artist out in Ann Arbor as well, too. So you can check all that stuff out at chrisnordinestudios.com and theglassacademy.com. But we're excited to go into Christmas mode full on this weekend.
Live demos, all kinds of action. We'll be open 11 to 4 as long as my mic can stay on my head.
It's hard when you're sweating, man. Everything wants to fall off.
Live demos, shopping.
Shopping.
Yep. Live demos, doing custom pieces both days from what, 11 to 4?
11 to 4.
11 to 4 Saturday, 11 to 4 Sunday. No demos in Ann Arbor, guys. It's just a gallery with a bunch of amazing Glass Academy work there. But you're gonna be able to have pieces made before your very eyes. So you should do it. We appreciate everybody, and we appreciate Stevie Eiserman for what he does for us too.
Yep.
And that's it, you guys. We're gonna say over and out. We're gonna run the credits, and we're looking forward to what, Thursday's the Anila reveal?
Thursday at 3 o'clock.
All right, you guys. Thank you very much.